Before you apply for German citizenship, take your time and listen this video. You are going to learn one or two things because experience from one state differs from another. I'm going to tell you the requirement. I'm going to tell you the experience in Stuttgart where I live so that you will learn. And I'm going to answer a question from one of our brother who have applied. They rejected. He is asking what next he should do. And I want to beg you for one thing. Please, all these people with negative energy, please, I don't want or need negative people in my platform. If you think that this video is not for you, please don't come here. All these people telling me you talk too much. If I don't talk, how then will you learn? How then will you get the information? This is why a lot of us make mistakes, because we don't listen to educational program like this that will enlighten us. So please carry that your negative energy somewhere else. I want people who really want to learn, who want to get information that will help them to improve their life in Germany. I beg of you, carry your negative energy somewhere else. Hello, my lovely people. Good morning to you and welcome to Linda TV. If it's your first time of seeing this face or coming across this wonderful platform, you are highly welcome. My name is Linda. I base here in Germany. I create educational content like this that help to inform, educate, enlighten, sanitize people so that they won't fall a victim. We are not here to bring down anybody. We are not here to mislead you, but giving you the fact according to the researches that we have conducted. I am not an immigration officer. I am a researcher. I study a lot, and any vital information that I see, I come here to share with you. So if you like what you are seeing, kindly subscribe, put on your notification bell. That notification bell is very, very important so that YouTube will recommend or suggest our videos to you. If you don't subscribe or turn on your notification bell, YouTube is not going to recommend our videos to you, my returning subscribers. Those of you who watch, comment, share, may God Almighty bless you. Please endeavor to ask reasonable question if you have one. This is our brother's question. I'm going to answer it. I'm going to read the whole question. I'll answer it. And my brother that asked this question, I'm saying my brother as if I know him, but it seems this is a man. I'll advise you to watch this video to the end, because I'm going to play a video of someone who fall in the same category with you so that you know what you will do from here. So now we are talking about how to apply for German citizenship and what are the requirements. What do you need to provide? Before the new law came out, you must live in Germany for 8 years. You must be working. You must have insurance. You must be independent. You must be working so that you will pay your rent and be taking care of yourself. And you must have lived here for 8 years. But last year or last 2 years, they changed the law. They reduced it to 5 years and some 3 years. People with 3 years are people who have, say, eins, and people who have gotten some achievements here in Germany. Then the rest one is people who have lived legally, staying in Germany. Some people have lived here for so long, but the system do not know that they are living here. No. What it means 5 years is that you have lived in Germany for 5 years legally. You must be working. You must have your rente. You must have your insurance. You must have accommodation. You must have address. So these are the people that are qualified to apply for German citizenship. It doesn't end there. Now, let's assume that you want to apply. What do you do? Before, you need to go to Bürger Bureau office to collect the form, but since Corona, they now channel everything online. When I started my own process before I got mine, I went to their office. They said everything is online, that I need to go online to print the form, like I said in my previous video. So I came home, my laptop was spoiled. So what I did was I went to Caritas. They helped me to print the form, the correct form. So after they printed it, I filled it by myself and I submitted it. Some months later, this is going to last, they will even tell you, between 6 months to 1 year. So in the course of filling the form, there is particular form that I do not really understand very well about criminality, whether you are belong to any terrorist group. I didn't understand it. Instead of me to fill what I do not know, I just left that place blank. They returned the form to me, I think 2 times. I submitted like that again. They returned it the 3rd time. It was then I sat down and looked into it and filled it correctly. This was the only thing that they required from me until the day they called me to come and take my burger certificate. Then I took it. Then I made for my passport and advice. So now, this our brother said this. I'm going to read the whole question and I will answer him. He said, "Hello, sister. May I ask, which area or state in Germany did you apply for your naturalization? This your narrative is not exactly as you explain. Like me, I am here legally. I applied for myself. I have every necessary requirement. But then the day of the appointment, the officer in charge started by asking me few questions about German history and constitution, like basic German law, arithmetic, Hitler, Europe, Union, etc. I answered but couldn't answer some correctly, and then the officer said that I am not ready. From research I made from others, the question were not necessary, not enough reason not to accept my application, especially when I am qualified with every other requirement. Meanwhile, some other people don't ask any of these questions at all. Some people said that they only made them to read out the loyalty commitment to the Republic of Germany, and that was all on their appointment day. So in this situation, it doesn't feel right for me. I feel something is off because the officer told me that in a month's time, he will reschedule another date for my appointment, which is almost 3 months, and I have not heard from him. He also gave me a book about German basic law to go and study. Just be clear here, I already have my B1 and Leben in Deutschland, so I have to look for a good immigration lawyer to proceed for my application. Please, do you mind clarifying if you have similar situation? My brother will explain this very well. And I'm sorry that in my previous video, I didn't state that this differs according to state. Like from what I read in your question, I wasn't asked any question. The day they wrote me to come and take my hamburger certificate, when I got there, what they gave me to read is loyalty commitment. I just read it. As I was even reading it, I don't even know what I was reading. I don't know whether I pronounced it correctly. Some states are a little bit strict. I could remember one of my friends that I used to know that lives in Dortmund. She experienced the same thing you experienced. She went there, they were asking her question about the basic law. They asked her about the 3 M's of government. She said she explained judiciary, legislature, and she couldn't explain the other one. They canceled it. She went to the second time. The same thing happened. They told her that you are not ready. I think it depends on the states. And again, on the individual. Some people are really mean. Some people are really strict. It's not that they are wicked. That is their nature. Some people want things to be done the way it should be. Some people are lenient. So I'm going to play a video of one sister. She's a white lady that got her own true lawyer. And again, I will advise you, we are in Germany. One thing I like here is that you can always search for help, my brother or sister, whoever that wrote this question, I will advise you to go to Caritas. Just go book appointment with them. Tell them your situation. They will tell you what to do. They will tell you whether you need lawyer or whether you should go and learn this basic thing. They will just give you tips that will help you. You know, they didn't create this law because of anybody. The law is there, and I don't think that they will change it. There may be somebody that, assuming you meet, if it is someone who is lenient, as long as you say something, you just feel, he or she will just ignore it. But some people want you to get it right. I don't know if you people are getting me. So my advice for you, before you get a lawyer, after listening to this sister's video, you would like to go to Caritas. And if you are yet to apply, you want to apply, please always go to Caritas. Ask them questions. Try to find that from people that have gotten their document recently from your city. Ask them, what was the experience like? You know, in Stuttgart, they are not too strict like that. As long as you meet the requirement, they are not stressing you. You fill your form. You don't have any criminality. This is, I think for Stuttgart, this is how it goes. So let's listen to this, our sister. Thank you.
Today is quite a special day. I just got my German citizenship, my Einbürgerungsurkunde, and I can't say this was a long time in the making, not really. I just wanted to share a couple of tips and tricks and things I've learned along the way, because I know it's a very much wanted piece of paper for a lot of people living in Germany. And even though I'm not the biggest fan of the country, actually not the biggest fan of any country, I do feel grateful for having the opportunity to live here, to study here. I've also been working here for 5 years. So yeah, I'm very grateful. And the biggest tip that I could give is hire a lawyer, really. It's not going to be cheap. It's going to cost you at least 1,300 euros, but trust me, it will speed up the process enormously. So essentially right now, because of the new law, you will have to wait 1.5/2 years just to get through the queue, just to get your case looked at. And lawyers essentially speed this up. So I used a website/service/company called Immigrant. So I think there are a bunch of lawyers, and essentially what they do is take a bunch of money from you and they apply for citizenship on your behalf. So they don't necessarily speed up the process by doing this, but I don't know, for some reasons the bureaucrats, the government officials react way faster and way better if an official lawyer is contacting them. So my case is pretty straightforward. I studied here, got my master's here, I've been working here, I've been paying my taxes, I've been paying into the pension system, so I speak German on a C1/C2 level. I got my Einbürgerungstest last year for my permanent residence permit, for my Niederlassungserlaubnis. So I actually didn't have to get any extra documents. I only needed to get my birth certificate translated. But essentially when you apply, if you will get a list of all the documents and you all have to collect them, and you have to either upload them digitally if you're lucky to be living in Berlin or Hamburg, because there you can just apply online by uploading your documents. If you're less lucky and you live in some worse places, like, I don't know, Cologne, Dortmund, whatever, you will unfortunately have to mail in the documents, or even in some cases you have to personally get your printed out copies of everything. So you just have to check with your local authorities. But I applied through Migrando in May. At the end of May, it was almost June, and I got an invitation to pick up my citizenship in December. So in total, it took 7 months. But the thing is, it would have taken way shorter if my Ausländerbehörde / Standesamt, I actually don't know what authority is responsible for this, had they had appointments. Because in this case, since I don't live in Berlin or Hamburg, I actually had to show up in person to show the original documents. So I had to bring my birth certificate, the original translation of my birth certificate. So that paper that your translator is going to give you, please keep it, because the authorities may need the original translation along with the original document. and they also needed to see the most recent pay slips. But that's it. I only had to go to the authorities once, and the second time I went, it was today, to pick up my certificate. So if your case is straightforward, if you have all the documents, you can actually apply yourself, and then after 3 to 6 months, you can involve a lawyer if you want to, because the chances are it will take at least 1.5 years for you to hear back from the authorities. And if you are really impatient, if for some reason you want the citizenship sooner, I do recommend hiring a lawyer. I mean, it's not cheap, but it's, you know, that's what you got to do to get it faster. Originally, I was actually planning on getting married with my German fiance, and it was going to be way easier if I were also a German citizen. So I thought, okay, I'm going to speed up this process. But yeah, we broke up. So now I have the German citizenship. So I don't know whether I will stay here or whether I will go to some other European country, whether I will travel. I have no idea. But I am glad that I did this. And if you have any questions,
you learn 1 or 2 things, and I believe that this video explain and answer your question. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and don't bring negative energy to this platform. I beg you. Thank you.